There are so many companies at work in Connecticut, and having them grow their businesses is something that we all want to see. That's why we're talking about a special event happening November 2nd. Joining us this morning is Bruce Carlson, CEO of the Connecticut Technology Council. Thanks for being with us.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
First and foremost, talk a little bit about what Scale Up CT is and what is all happening on November 2nd.
We have in Connecticut a significant amount of businesses that are young and growing. And what we want to do with the Connecticut Technology Council is help them grow and grow faster. There's been this big network that's been put together over the last 5 or 6 years to help the startup community, which is one of the reasons why we have as many of these young companies as we have. Now the question is, how do we help them get to the next level? So on November 2nd, down at the Omni Hotel in New Haven, we're going to have Scale Up CT, which is set up to be able to allow for these companies to come and to learn about how to market better, how to plan for the growth, how to connect with large corporations to be able to have customers for the growth that they're looking for.
You kind of alluded to my next question for you in giving us some ways on how we can help those small businesses really start growing, capacity of employees, the work that they're doing, the products that they're doing, putting out as well. What can we do to help?
Well, we have already within Connecticut, we have a lot of people who are available to help. The question is trying to make the connection between those companies that need the help and the people or the other companies that can provide the help. When you're a 300-member industry association like CTC is, we have the access to be able to make those connections. I go out all the time and say, what we do is we connect. We connect people to jobs. We connect companies to companies for the kind of help that they want. So there are companies out there that are interested in working with young companies to be able to help them grow. We have marketing professionals who can help companies that are looking for marketing support to be able to go in and give them advice on how to do that.
Is that why Connecticut is a good place for companies to start and then grow?
Connecticut's a great place for companies to start and grow. A lot of it is because of that startup network that's already in place. The growing part right now, I think, is one where there's some tension, and the tension is between when they get to a certain level, the financiers come in and say, we want you to move to Boston, or we want you to move to Silicon Valley. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to create some stickiness in Connecticut and say, no, you've got your network here. You've got all of your contacts here. So instead of going to where the money is, why don't you stay here and be part of the Connecticut fabric?
And as the Connecticut Technology Council, you have some different, strategies, key strategies that you like to use. Can you explain those to us?
Sure. We basically have 3 key initiatives that we work with. One is in the area of talent and workforce. There is not a technology company in the state of Connecticut that isn't thinking about my next hire. Where's that next hire coming from? And what we found as we go out is there's a lot of very talented people in Connecticut that don't know how to make connections with the companies, and the companies don't know how to make the connections with the talented people. These could be seniors in college. These could be people who are out of work. So again, we go back to CTC's role there is to make the connections, and how do we do that? And we actually have a hiring fair coming up in mid-November that is connecting college seniors predominantly with jobs that are going to be available with companies throughout the state for starting in the springtime. And that's going to be November 16th at the Doubletree Hotel in Bristol. But it's a result of our going out and getting a challenge. We're identifying the 50 best coders on college campuses and the 50 best engineering students on college campuses, and we're bringing them together for a final. So it's going to be a campus versus campus collision right there at the Doubletree Hotel.
Interesting. Well, thanks so much for joining us and telling us all about this event. There's some more of the details again, November 2nd at the Omni Hotel in New Haven. That's Scale Up CT.